Right, hey Deshaun, this is your bad cat, Hot Cat. We're just about ready to put this one back together. So, for everyone else who might watch this, this one we brought it in and gave it a full service because it was about 20 years old. We had to replace a jack in the foot switch return. It was the shunting switching wasn't doing cutting in it anymore. It was just corroded, and also a bit of metal fatigue on there. Just tighten everything, make everything good and reliable, make sure the grounds are solid. There's a lot of them. And then full recap, got some tube amp doctors actuals in there, and then we've got some Vishay MAL series in the bias bypass. They're 125 degree rated caps, so they should be okay next to those big honking bias resistors for the EL34s. They got changed up to, what did we settle on? Was that 390 ohm? Because the originals in there were just way too hot. They're just gonna kill the tubes too fast running them at like over 120%, like 130% or something. So now they're sort of around 110, between 110 and 120. Still pretty hot, but still sounds good. Minimal crossover, but just will extend the lifespan of them a little bit. And we changed all the small electrolytics in there as well, as best as I could, without completely ruining the aesthetic of all this stuff. Anyway, and then we sorted out the reverb as well. So that had a 12AX7 in there in the driver stage, and I don't think it really calls for that, because I did trace out this part of the circuit and found that it was very similar to Fender style. Even has a standard Fender kind of tank in there, so we can derive from that the best valve for the driver would be a 12AT7. And then on the recovery stage, they had two gain stages on the recovery, and the first one was just not giving anything to the second one. So it's biased in a pretty normal sort of way, so I just upped the plate load resistor there and created a higher impedance to feed the other one, and that's just brought it back to life, and it sounds pretty normal now. It sounds like a nice lush full reverb, which is great. Anyway, so the main issue though, which it was in for, was when you've got the gain channel on, there was absolutely it was just really quiet and weak sounding, right? So let's just give it a little bit. Just quietly so I can talk over it. Right. Yeah, it sounds pretty good now. And so the issue was when you have your volume control up and you're playing, that would bleed out the drive channel. Without tracing this out, I'm assuming this channel is out of phase with the other channel, but the signal is cut off. Actually, no, it might not be that. It was, I'm thinking it might be something else. Either way, you'd turn the volume control up and it would just greatly reduce the volume of the gain channel, which is no good, which defeats the purpose of being able to switch between the two on the fly. So anyway, I found that's these two valves here. They're part of your effects send and return circuit. And what I found was, and what I'm thinking was, it was just an impedance issue once again. So the channels sort of mix, if you will, into that stage before they go to the rest of the amp, like back into the power amp, phase inverter and stuff. So by reducing the impedance of that valve, by just changing it to a 12AT7, that seems to have solved it. And you still get a tiny bit of interactivity, but only when the volume is around the full mark. So I think under normal use circumstances, we will totally be able to live with that. Look, it might have originally had a 12A T7 in there. I'm not 100% certain because this has been worked on before, and I can't source any documentation for this because I can't get in touch with Bad Cat. So anyway, it seems to be working beautiful, and it's going to be good and reliable for many more years to come now. So hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to try and put up more customer updates and potentially some more long form videos of repairs from start to finish and in the future as well. So if you're interested, please, hit the buttons and so you get to see more of it. Thank you.